Good morning to my name is Andrew Miller. Today, talk. We're gonna discuss a little bit about self-confidence. I hope you enjoy you all, and I have a lot of very interesting people here to discuss with me. And that's it. Juliana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Juliana, but you called me Ju or Julie. I'm living in Belo Horizonte. I'm a lawyer and specifically in data protection, and I'm journalist too. I like study English, and that's it.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Sarah, your turn.
Hey everyone, so I'm Sarah, I'm 27. My degree says that I'm an administrator, but currently I've been teaching English. What else? I really like to dance, to spend some time with my family and listening to great music, always following in those advices. That's it.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
I see everything.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. Leticia, your turn.
Okay. My name is Leticia. I'm living in Porto Alegre. I'm 39 years old, and I am a software developer or software engineer. But the name it's not important for me. Okay. And I'm here in the Talk and Talk to improve my English for 5-6 months. I don't remember. Okay. And that's it.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot. So let me explain to Leticia. Leticia, here in this conversation, I've been trying to, have this open space to develop the conversation, not only follow the questions, but also, to have a natural conversation, more fluid, more real as possible. So let's start provoking. Let's start provoking. The question number 9 is, in what ways can lack of self-confidence impact our interpersonal relationship and social interaction? Question number 9. Sarah, can you start, please?
Yeah, for sure. I believe that when you don't have enough self-confidence, we always think that we are disturbing or that we don't feel so welcome with others. So, for example, if someone takes a longer time to answer me back, I feel like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything, and that impacts my relationships, because sometimes it's just on my mind, it's not the truth, but I feel like, oh, I should stay quiet, stay silent, and get some space, give this person some space. And sometimes I'm weird just because of the things that I have on my head. It's not because this person, they don't have a problem with me, but I feel like this, and I understand that's related to self-confidence because that's the way that I think about myself. I feel that I'm annoying sometimes, and yeah, maybe the person feels the same way, but just because that's how I think, the impression that I have about myself, it's crazy. I know.
Yeah, no, it's not crazy. Very interesting, actually. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes we kind of wait this feedback like we wonder a feedback like the people should act in that way, specific way. But for example, I'm very quiet. So sometimes the people say something to me and I'm quiet. And the people start saying, oh my God, maybe he do not like this or that. I like actually, but I stay quiet. So it's weird. I'm weird. Okay. Leticia, how about you?
I agree with Sarah, and in my opinion, when you have enough have self-confidence, you don't express your opinion in depends the interactions. And you just listen, for example, the other people's, and sometimes you have other points of your view or other things about the specific subjects works or doing, and you just quiet about this. And sometimes you don't agree with all of your points of view, or sometimes you don't contribute to the other people's about this. I think it's and in my opinion, the other people see you just a quiet, you don't have any opinion or agree with all the things, for example. But I know this, I know it's a personal, how can I say, it's a personal feeling, for example, because when for example, when I with a new people, sometimes I'm more shy or quiet to listen and understand how these groups work I express my opinion. And I know it's part of my enough self-confidence about this group.
Wow, very good points. Yeah, I'm like you, at the first side, the first approach is try to understand what's going on in the environment, like, what the people are talking about. But I know a lot of people that, in Portuguese, chegando. I know a lot of these, very self-confident. Oh my God, I think this, that, and we should do this or do that. And I think this is awesome, but this is not my way. Thanks a lot, Leticia. And the usual, what do you think?
I think the self-confidence, it's different. The people shy or quiet people. I think the lack confidence. It's a person, he or she knows the things, but when said, don't the voice is shaking, don't have she or he knows the things, but because he don't have the confidence, the most for older people, this in secret, and the older people don't confidence in this person, and they in the choice older, for example, in the work choice older people to ask the things. This person could be isolated in the place.
Yeah, I feel that nowadays, I think the space, the business world, I think the whole society is trying to understand more, the difference between the personalities. So, accept more, like, I know that you are shy, but sometimes you can do these, or some specific role that fit your personality or your behavior and your way, what you like. This is really important. I feel that the society has been more paying more attention on it. So I agree with you all. Okay, I think well, I'm always thinking a philosophical way that we have time on Earth, or time on Earth, and our time on Earth is the time to do different. Do differently, same things, improve things. And sometimes we you know, we lose this opportunity to improve the environment that we are living, and we are part of it. So I think that that's it. I know I was when I was teenager, I used to be very shy, but you know, I started to develop some tools to express myself in a properly way and say the things that I like. So that's it. It's hard, it's not easy, but now I feel good with me. That's the point. You know, sometimes I don't care about, oh my God, if the people think these or that, because I think when we don't have self-confidence, we always need a feedback. Like I won't do that, you know, because that people saw me like this, or, you know, in a different way. Oh my God, that I felt weird. So I think it is important to be good with you. That's the point. If you want to add something, you just open your microphone and, you know, say the space is yours. Let's discuss the previous question, the question number 8. Okay. Yeah, it's provocative as well. How can self-confidence be distinguished from arrogance and overconfidence, and why it's important? Oh, very good question. Guys, I say very good question because part of this question I you know, I didn't create. GPT you created. So I'm creating half of the questions, and then, you know, because I like to be surprised, you know, by the questions as well. So this is a very good question, actually. I never thought about that. What do you think, Juliano? The difference between self-confidence and arrogance?
I think the overconfidence, the people with overconfidence and the arrogance, it's no listen the others. Don't I think this don't listen the others, just the things he or she says it's correct. I think this is the difference, because when with self-confidence, you express the things you think, but you listen the older people.
Good point. Yeah, the listening very important. Sarah, what do you think?
Well, that is the $1,000,000 question, you know. I always strive to not be this cocky person or to be arrogant in some ways, you know. I feel like I can do it because it's easier for me to have a low self-confidence, to have a overconfident, to be overconfident, you know. And for me, it's like the behavior you have towards others. For example, if you are always trying to prove that you know stuff and you are the greatest of all time, that's not true, by the way. I feel like if you are open to learn and you don't feel like you own all the knowledge, but you are good at the things you do, you should demonstrate self-confidence so you can sell yourself for sure. But you have a line, you know, you shouldn't cross. At least you should try to stay humble and admit, oh, I might be wrong, that's okay. I might be someone who needs to learn to improve this or that skill. So if you are open to change, maybe you are just self-confidence in a healthy way, in a healthy level, you know. But if you are always thinking you know more than others and you are flawless, it's something to concern about.
Yeah, you said a lot of very good, interesting thing. I'm thinking more, but Leticia, what do you think? What's your point?
In my profession, I work to people with both and the arrogance and the overconfidence. And in my opinion, it's hard to in this when you start to know the people. It's hard to understand the difference in the arrogance and the overconfidence. Okay. And I remember many situations when people it's too arrogance and people dislike talk or explain with other people's or explain in different ways how the subject or how the things and they just accept other opinions, okay? And the overconfidence, for example, I remember people it's too how can I say it's not happy specifically, but agree a lot if to do work over well and things. And sometimes it's funny these parts because people there are how emotions when people are overconfident, okay? But this person accept it when they are wrong, for example, or other opinions about this. And the arrogance sometimes not agree, not accept it. And I think when you learn or understand, observe these people, it's possible to distinguish the both things.
Yeah, you brought, I love good points. Like I feel the same. What, for me, it's more like energy.
Yes,
I think
energy.
we can feel we can feel when the behavior is arrogance or when it's a lot of self-confidence. And when you see, I think you were talking about the people that are excited and supportive, like trying to instigate the people, self-confidence, like let's go, let's gonna do like this. I think we can do this thing, more can work in group in a better way. And the arrogance, I feel, I'm totally in line with you that, the people do not like to listen, do not like to change. And it's always, sometimes I feel the arrogance, like the people always trying to talk about themselves. I think this language, we understand the details, you start to, oh, yeah, that's it. Always about talking about themselves. I was thinking here that I've been participating in some process of job and so on. And for me, it looks like that the most of this process is based on the, I don't know if I can say that, but it's kind of arrogance because the people trying to instigate you to talk about in a very, like I do, and I will do this way. I have seen a lot of this, including I had to change some approach that I was, doing because of it. I felt that the business, required that I feel, oh, I know how can I do, and the people need to follow me. Even if I do not agree with that sometimes, but it's kind of the business way. It for me was all, wow, I didn't know about this side. Yeah, I feel that the business, trying to sometimes the business environment feed the arrogance. Okay, feed the arrogance, and also portray that the arrogance is a good skill, could be a good skill because you look like a boss or something like that. But guys, I was thinking here, other thing. What do you think you look like? If the people, are seeing you, like do you feel that you look like a self-confident person? In your experience, the feedback. the people see you like you are self-confidence, arrogance, happy. What is the adjective that you think that the people, thinking about you? Let's start from Sarah.
Oh my gosh, you got me. uh, I feel like I don't even know myself,
Yes.
let alone the others. But I think that it's like I don't seem arrogant. I don't believe that. I believe that people look at me and they think I'm friendly because I'm usually smiling, not like this in a weird way, but in a natural way. I say some things and I try to make some healthy jokes, just to, not a joke, but say something in a funnier way to clear the mood. I I understand that I passed this vibe. I might be wrong, but I think that I can make people feel more comfortable with me because I'm not so serious. I try not to be the person who has a judging face, because sometimes we can look at others in a way that makes them feel uncomfortable. So I try to be the opposite, because if I'm talking to someone and this person's like, I'm gonna feel like I'm saying a lot of BS, So I try to be supportive with my face. I don't know if I'm failing at this, but I'm trying. Believe me, I'm trying. That's it.
Okay. Leticia, how about you?
I don't have idea. Okay. I think, for example, in my work, in my last work, for example, I think the people thinks me, I don't know, hard work, okay? It's not arrogant or self-confidence, I don't know, but hard work, because I'm goals. I'm follow the goals, and I work organized, and the other things involve this, for example. But I make a lot of mistakes, and I work in many things when I observe the other people's more shy or don't have confidence, for example. And I use a lot the meetings to explain when I make mistakes, and they create a comfortable zone, for example, to other people's explain about this. Because I know in my job a lot of things or specific points I don't have confidence about this technology or this understanding all the context, for example. But I understand it's important to explain, or other people see, if it's a human person and you make mistakes, it's you not it's a pedestal, for example, put you a pedestal, for example, because people, it's human, and there is a lot of things involved in your life and contribute your day. And I work a lot with, for example, arrogance people, and it's the worst thing, the worst time, because it's impossible to talk them.
Wow, because that's really, really nice, because you have observing the people and try to bring the people to this your mood, like accepting the mistakes and so on. That's pretty much what you have done here, on Talk and Talk. That trying to let the people, not guys, English, you just need to concatenate the things and so on, have experience in talking, and you will commit mistake. Be certain of it, but we need to accept, and then working in a fun mood, in a fun way, in a very good, comfortable, way, so we can improve together. This is really nice what you have done, like, observing the people, because we have a lot of people that, are only working, closed on their minds, like very close, without observing the surrounding. So this is bad because, for example, I remember when I was a teenager, I felt kind of alone because I didn't know how to act, how to behave. And I hadn't a person to, hey, come on, let's gonna do something together, or, something like that. Be supportive, supporting others and so on, try to bring the person to your zone and so on. So congrats for that. This is really interesting and very, really amazing thing to do. Ju, how about you?
My last experience in my job, it's in my last job. It's a similar the Leticia. I work with many arrogant people, and in my job I can't make mistakes, and I'm feeling very stressed because I can I I can I can't did mistakes, and and I need to demonstrate more self confidence in my in my area. Just man, I I'm a only woman, and oh, it's terrible, terrible. And I need to do the things completely correct.
Yeah, I can imagine, because this is my, opinion and what I have seen that you know, normally women are more supportive and, creating more, good environment. And I've seen a lot of, and I'm very happy because I'm geologist, for example, it's totally complete by only men. However, it has changed it. And I've seen a lot of, friends that are women working on mining, on, have things. And I feel that, they are impact the whole environment of the mining, the geologies, have changing or thoughts about the geology with man and so on. So this is really nice. But congrats for you as well, because you are supportive in paying attention on others. This is really important. So I think all of you agree that self-confidence is important, okay? Or no? If you do not agree, open your mic and say. But the question will be, how can we maintain the self-confidence? Because of course, for example, nowadays I'm I have confidence to talk in English, even if I commit a lot of mistakes and not pay attention on it. However, I like a lot to discuss in English and so on and improve some. Okay. However, if I, start to do something that is new for me and I don't have experience, of course, I will feel like, I will lose my self-confidence. Oh my God, I don't know how to do here, then afraid to commit mistakes and so on. How can we maintain like, a neutral state? Or is it possible? The first question, is it possible, to be self-confident in the whole environment, in the whole situation, in all situation? And how can we do that? Two questions. Okay, Leticia, can start.
Okay, I think it's hard because, in my opinion, it's hard to maintain the self-confidence every time in your life. Okay, I think there when you, for example, leave your comfort zone, it's a new challenge. It's you don't have more self-confidence because it's all the things it's new for you, but you try. And when you try, it's you can learn more about this and create more self-confidence. I think when you stay in a comfort zone, you has a bubble, for example, and you are comfortable in your self-confidence with specific zone, specific subject, for example, and just this. And try and experiment new experience. I think it's possible to create more self-confidence because you improve yourself. When you improve yourself, you know about yourself, and what it's good, what it's bad, and how situation it's more you need more self-confidence, or the other situations you're more comfortable to talk, to explain other things. For me, when I started to talk in English in TALKNTALK, for example, I'm not self-confident about English constantly, and I forgot a lot of words, and now I know I forgot a lot of words, but I feel more confidence when you talk about this. And different things, you change my mind about this. How can I explain, and how can I use my experience to talk about this in English? It's not a comfortable zone for me, but it's a good example to improve myself. And I think it's my opinion.
Yeah, this is amazing. I think I feel that the things can be more happy if we have fun with the process, and I see here that when we are open to have fun talking in English, I think that the skill develop a lot. And I totally I'm happy to hear that. And yeah, you're totally right. Sometimes these different situations, we have different moods. That's a natural because we are human beings. So okay, nice, thanks a lot. Ju, how about you?
I agree with Letícia. I think it's difficult to maintain all the time in all your life, but I think it's important to talk about the things, maybe with your psychology and the right people. You don't talk about your lack self-confidence with the wrong people, because the things it's back against you, I think. Many it's in your work, your job. I think you need to talk the right people. I think this.
Yeah, I feel the same. I don't know if it's right, but I feel the same, and I have done the same as well. Sarah, do you agree with that? And what do you think about the situations?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't feel comfortable at some environments as well, but I try to be that person to break the ice, to make the conversation happens. I really don't like the silence, it's something that bothers me. Of course, when I'm trying to study or do something, but if I'm with a group of people, the silence for me, it's like, it couldn't be worse than that because I start to overthink in my head and trying to evaluate the scenario, and something that helps me with the confidence, it's feeling prepared. Of course, a presentation or something, an interview, for example, yeah, that I always feel nervous. It doesn't matter how many times I'm doing video conferences. I always feel nervous with interviews because this is a safe space here, but a job interview is not. Like you said, you should create an image of yourself. You should answer only the right things, and that's not so natural, you know, at least for me. And I think the appearance helps a lot, even though I don't like it so much to make the appearance such a big thing, but it is important how you present yourself, you know. So if I'm looking at myself on the camera, I like to feel comfortable with what I see, my hair, my makeup, even though I don't like to wear a lot of makeup all the time, you know, but at least something that I'm not ugly, it's enough to start. So I feel like appearance, the presentation you make, it causes an impact, and you can feel more confident or less confident depending on how you present yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said it says it showed us a tool that, you know, be prepared. Because sometimes we are in a different environment, but we need to be prepared. If you can at least reduce, you know, then inhibitions, reduce the lack of self-confidence, like, you know, to be more neutral and so on, or, you know, calm. It's not easy. Thanks, Sarah. Let's back to the beginning of the conversation. The question number one is what is self-confidence? We have discussing here, but why is it important in various aspects of life? Can you say about that? Why? The reason. Why is it important? Leticia.
Okay, it's a hard question because when you think why it's important, when I talk about for example, when I talk about the jobs opportunities, for example, almost the time you are judged if you do know something or do not something, okay? And I think when you explain, when you talk about, when you have self-confidence, when you explain, when you execute your work, it's important to get other opportunities and the other things, for example, because it's sometimes the work environment, it's a competitive, and in general, I dislike this part, okay, but it's part of the business, okay. If you are self-confidence, if you execute your job and the people know how to do, you have more opportunity, okay? But it's part of the business. When you talk about the other aspects in your life, for example, you lack self-confidence, it's a contribute to your personal life. For example, you don't make you don't do more risks, you stuck in some times of your life, and these parts, if you stuck, you contribute to your personal life and work life. I think it's important to, in my opinion, is the first time it's important to know about you, how works for you and how it's good for you, and the other parts, environment contributes this. Okay, if you live in a bad environment, you have more lack confidence, and you live in a good environment, improve yourself, it's you create a more self-confidence. Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot. Very good, very awesome. Ju, how about you? What do you think?
I think it's important because you can, when you have self-confidence, you can talk about your job with your boss, for example. I think, for example, in Brazil, it's a social relation too much, and you need to talk about the things you do. It's important to you talk about the things you do. If you just do the things and don't say nothing, probably you don't have forgot the word in Portuguese, in English.
You can say Portuguese if you want. Yeah.
It's important. You don't, if you don't talk about your work, probably you don't have success in your career. In Portuguese, in Brazil, we talk. You say it's cacarejar. You need to cacarejar.
I don't know this word in English. I'm sorry.
You need to cacarejar. You need to say the things you do. You need to say how you proud about your job, or your boss or your colleagues. I think sometimes the people don't have self-confidence. Make a good job, but how don't have self-confidence. Don't talk about self job.
Okay, I was researching here about something that has quite, I think can be similar, that in Portuguese, quem não é visto não é lembrado. In English, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know. I don't know if it's good, because sometimes, we have a lot of people that show a lot without results. We are talking about, for example, coaches, and on Instagram and social media, we have a lot that the people that we can try to sell you tools and so on, but without results, real thing, because the real thing is hard. We need to work a lot on it. And sometimes the people, if you do not show, because you can be a person that have a lot of results, but if you do not show, it's like you don't have anything. I don't know if it's good or not. I need to think more.
I think you need to do shows the results, of course.
Yeah.
But you need to talk about your results all the time. If you don't talk,
this is the game. Yeah. I agree. Thanks a lot. Sarah, how about you?
Well, I really don't like promoting myself. I only say when people ask, but I'm not the one taking initiative and just, oh, I did that, I did this. I'm trying to post some things on LinkedIn because of job market and everything, but I always think, oh, do I look strange, weird? Was the text good? I'm always second guessing myself. So I really need to work on that self-confidence. And we're talking about work, but I also understand that, for example, personal relationships, a romantic relationship, if you don't have self-confidence, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. You can accept some types of relationships that are not healthy or are even toxic, because you feel, oh, that's what I deserve. subconsciously you have this perspective of yourself that you are not pretty enough or not intelligent enough, you don't make enough money, so oh, this guy wants to be with me, I should be saying things, when reality it's not something good, because if you have a image of yourself that's this I forgot the word, distorted, it is the things you're gonna accept in your life are very harmful for you.
Yeah, because totally right. Because we have discussing here about the rational side of self-confidence, but we didn't talk about the irrational side that is about feeling. And sometimes we've seen a lot of dependency, emotional dependency because of lack of self-confidence. But the people do not pay attention. It's like, how I need to, to treat me, or to work on it. I need to, go to the psychologist and so on. So this is a very good subject actually to discuss more. This self-confidence in this sides, of feelings and so on. Guys, we have more 5 minutes. If you want to say something, the stage is yours. You know that the whole world, have watching us. So if you say something right now, I think we're gonna impact the whole world, because my God, this life so, so famous. Guys, I will share with you the forms. Please help me to improve this conversation. Kakareja, I will learn that the word, the good thing, because of, see that we need to learn how to say out of mind, out of sight in English. Let's introduce our slangs to the world, like cacarejar. The people, oh my God, in Brazil they say cacarejar. This is really awesome word. Guys,
this is a history about the chicken and the pata, como é que fala em inglês? A história entre a pata e a galinha. Aí o que a pata, ela bota um ovo muito maior, mas ela não faz o escândalo que a galinha faz.
Uau!
A galinha,
Awesome.
entendeu? É por isso que eles falam cacarejar. Mas eu aprendi isso com uma mulher paulista. Ela é desenvolvedora de carreiras.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Yeah, this is a very good thing. And I told you that because I don't know if you know, but in United States nowadays, they have a lot of new words created because, they have a lot of immigrants, especially that speak Spanish. The language is changing, a little bit, and introducing more Mexican and Spanish words because of the people. So we can do the same because we are Brazilian and we have a lot of very good expression to describe things. So we can introduce, let me tell you something in Portuguese that is really nice, and we can, describe things. So that's the exchange of language. The self-confidence to be Brazilian. I'm very self-confident to be Brazilian. Guys, I will share with you the forms, okay? Say what you want, if you like it or not, this conversation, if you want to discuss a specific topic about business, and what do you want to know about self-confidence. Yeah, this is open up to you, okay? Thanks a lot for this conversation. Have a nice week, and I see you in the next, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, see you.
Bye everyone.
See you.